Hi, Democrats. Today is Tuesday, April 19th, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Live. As I just said, it's April 19th, a day that if you're from Oklahoma, means a little special, means something a little bit deeper. April 19th, 1995, our state was rocked literally and figuratively. And at the largest domestic terrorism event happened here in Oklahoma. Um, we can't allow ourselves to forget something like that, particularly when domestic terrorism keeps happening. That one took a long time to resolve, but it is something that we definitely must always stay aware of. Folks my age and older, we all know someone who was affected. Um, so that's why we think about it. I just wanted to take a moment and acknowledge the survivors of the Murrah building and and just remember those who lost their lives as a result of that terrible bombing. Okay, now to change the subject. It's a hard way to do a segue from that to talk about a couple things I want to talk about. The a candidate a candidate mentioned today that this was Oklahoma, not Woklahoma. I think it's important that we take back the term woke. And so, in order to do that, I want to define what woke means. Woke is seriously all it means is to be aware, to understand the real world and look at it because it changes all the time. That what is happening politically, be aware that is what is happening in society, be aware of injustice, and be actively paying attention and doing something about it. That's all woke means. The right likes to make woke be some nefarious, and I guess it's their attack. They have QAnon, we have woke. I would much rather have folks who are grounded in reality and understanding the real world. That's all woke means. They want to make it into something nefarious. And I guess it's because they feel bad that QAnon is their brand, not grounded in reality whatsoever. And so, to that end, I want to bring some things to your attention to make sure that you are woke about, make sure that you are aware of some things that are happening in our state. Our governor is spending money like a drunken sailor. So let's just talk about a couple of things that he's spending money on. Epic charter schools. He fought he fought the audit of. He did not want the audit for. Our attorney general got the audit results and released them. Epic charter schools owe Oklahoma, owe the taxpayers $20 million. They signed a deal saying that they would forego their tax refund of 9.1 million. That still leaves us a lot of money. They owe us $20 million. Check. Big huge scandal. Big huge scandal that our governor does not want to talk about. The Swadley swindle. The brief overview of this is that in order to update our tourist sites, we put out a request for proposals for companies to bid on. They wanted to be the food vendor in our state parks. Okay. Now information is coming out from a whistleblower that there were like 5 or 6 companies that originally considered bidding, decided to bid, and then they rewrote the request for proposal so that only one company could qualify, and that would be Swadley's barbecue. Then we guaranteed Swadley's that we were going to keep them afloat, that they didn't ever have to worry about going into debt. We were going to keep them afloat. So far, we've spent $4.5 million more than the original contract on Swadley's. $4.5 million in excess. All right, are y'all keeping track? I'm up to $24 million. Poof, $24.5 million. Canoe, the business that the governor was so excited to bring here. I am all for bringing jobs. I am all for um, bringing companies to our state. But we gave them $15 million to bring their factory here. $15 million. Maybe that's what it takes. Maybe that's what it costs. But I'm adding things up here. So what is that? That is $39.5 million. Right? I'm not finished. So yesterday he rolled out a secret company, and it's like the worst kept secret ever. Everybody knows who the secret company is, and it's a $4 billion, not million, $1 billion boondoggle. $4 billion, and he's like, "Well, this is what we need." So where are we now? We're at 4 billion, 39 million, $4.4 billion. I guess that's where we are. $4.4 billion. And let's not forget that there's still $5.4 million in COVID money that we never got any accountability for, stuff that we paid for that we never got. So I tell you all of this not because I don't want jobs coming here, not because I don't think that we needed to for COVID, not because I feel like our state parks needed to stay run down. Not any of that. But we're spending $4.4 million on things that none of us can touch, feel, that we won't we won't see the results of for a few years. And we are number 47 our per student spending. We are number 37 in our healthcare spending. Um, we're number 34 in teacher salaries. Apparently, we have the money because we're spending it over here doing things. But let's focus on the things that affect everyday Oklahomans every day: healthcare, education, teacher pay. Let's focus our dollars on those things that will that improve the lives of Oklahomans right now. Let's improve how much money we're spending on students. Let's improve how much we're paying our teachers so that they're not at the bottom half of teacher pay. Let's make sure that we're spending an appropriate amount of health care for Oklahomans, because our health care outcomes are not good. They're not. I think that what our current governor lacks, well, the thing that I'm going to focus on today that he lacks, is discernment and the ability to prioritize improving the lives of Oklahomans rather than looking good to his out of state friends. Because he's not focused on the things that are helping Oklahomans right now. He's focused on the things that he thinks will get him national press. That's what he's focused on. He's not focusing on improving the lives of Oklahomans. It is time for Oklahoma to have a governor who recognizes that the way to make us a top 10 state really is to take care of Oklahomans. Our current governor knew to say top 10 state. He had no idea, evidently, how to make us a top 10 state. Oklahoma has choices. We have 2 Democrats running for governor. We have former Senator Connie Johnson, and we have current Superintendent of Public Instruction, Joy Hoffmeister. We have choices. I am encouraging you to get behind one of these women. Help show up at events, get their word out, share their social media, donate money, help their campaign so that we don't get stuck with this guy who is just not focused on taking care of Oklahoma. He in his imperial race or whatever it is, but it's not on taking care of us. I'm going to end today, and it's going to make Ryan really sad, but I'm going to end today reminding you to stay woke. Have a great one, and I'll see you tomorrow at 4:15.